Michaela Vernava alongside Doug Kyed and Zack at Gillette Stadium for the second day of Patriots Minicamp. It's pretty windy out here, guys, but I have my hair in a ponytail, so I'm all good, but you guys look like you're struggling a little bit.
I got to work on that. Got to get the man bun out here.
Well, Zack, we saw Michael Williams, tight end, go out with a apparent injury. Do you know what's going on there?
Not positive. We haven't heard any specific word on what happened. It appeared to be a leg injury of some sort, perhaps a knee injury. And it was too bad because Doug and I were talking during practice. He was would have been one of our standouts early in practice. He went down about midway through. He was able to walk off on his own power, kind of stood in the sideline for a while, walked off the field, but then he got into a golf cart and went into the locker room. So awaiting any update on that, but it did not look like a minor injury, which unfortunately for Williams.
Yeah, I hate to see an injury this early in the offseason, but another notable thing we saw out at practice today, Doug, Rob Ninkovich lining up at linebacker, which is something we haven't seen since 2011. Why is that?
Yeah, it's definitely curious. They brought in Shea McClellan. I think a lot of people expected him to be playing middle linebacker, but he's over at end, which has moved Ninkovich into middle linebacker. He had an interception yesterday at practice. These are things we're usually not allowed to talk about, is these position changes, but Rob himself talked about it, so now we can talk about it. I definitely did not expect this, but for me, I think this might lean me to thinking that they might switch to a 3-4 a little bit more for the base defense. I was trying to figure out how they could get all of their players into a 3-4 defense. And if Ninkovich is playing middle linebacker, maybe that's the way that they sort it out and get that to happen. But he's been looking pretty good out there so far. So I'd say for now it's a positive change.
There seemed to be a little tension out on the field. We saw a little bit of a scuffle. Do you know what was going on out there?
I think that's just off-season training camp kind of stuff. It happened right near the end, kind of in the final full team portion of the practice. It was offensive lineman Brian Stork and defensive lineman Woodrow Hamilton, which, fantastic name, by the way. Good for you, Woodrow. But I think it was just a little kind of tempers flaring. It's hot out here. They're running around. This is the second of 3 mini camp days. These guys know they're going to be battling each other all summer. It was just kind of a scuffle. They were both sent away from the practice field. I'm not sure if they were actually sent to the locker room or if they were forced to run, something like that. It's not a big deal. All the players kind of talked about it. It's something, Matthew Slater, who is a special teams captain, he says it's not something you want to see, but it's almost something that's expected when guys are competing this hard.
Well, especially it's going to be so long until they actually hit another team.
That's true.
But keep it on NESN.com for all your Patriots news.